Hi there Star Wars collectors, and welcome to another Bossk's Bounty video. And in this video I'll be going through all of today's vintage collection reveals from the first Hasbro Fanstream of 2024. We have all of the high-res images to look at in detail, plus all of the important pre-order information. So if you do happen to enjoy this video, leave a like down below, subscribe if you're new, and let's get into this. Okay, so first of all, we didn't see anything other than what we already knew was coming. So basically all of these have previously been pipelined, but there is a fair amount of info about each one, plus some more pipelines to talk about at the end too. First up is Captain Rex in his Phase 2 armour, and all of those fears of a repacked version from the Bad Batch 4 pack can now be put to bed, because finally we have what looks like to be a definitive Captain Rex. Using the all-new clone body, this Rex looks amazing in my opinion. I really like what they've done here. The details are all there, they look fantastic. All of his little check marks on his armour and everything. They've even gone with a soft goods Karma, which looks very, very similar to the cancelled Legacy Collection version that we all wanted back in the day. Now, Emily the designer did also mention that it has an interchangeable helmet, which means everything should be in scale, and judging by the images, it looks pretty good. I'm very, very happy with it. I think they've done a great job. They have him on a really nice card back as well with a great image, and it's going to be on a Bad Batch logo. You can see that it does have Backer Mission in the name pill there, so it is from the Bad Batch, although this Captain Rex can go with pretty much anything. Next up, they revealed a repack of VC 158 Luke Skywalker in his X-Wing pilot outfit. This is purely for the new collectors who missed out on the original release. However, they have moved the warning label to the bottom of the card so that it doesn't obstruct the Hildebrandt logo, which is great, not only because it looks better, but it also shows that they are listening to the fans. This has been requested by many people, and this will also be on a thicker cardstock, which the previous version wasn't, so another reason to pick one up. Next up, we move on to the Mandalorian Season 3, and all 4 of these reveals will be included in the Huyang wave. So if you want to get a head start on your pre-order, Entertainment Earth currently have the whole wave listed. I will put a link in the description below. If you want them individually, then you're going to need to wait until Wednesday 1 PM EST or 6 PM UK time. I also do believe that Star Action Figures here in the UK have the whole wave listed as well. But first up, we have VC 315 Axe Woves, which is pretty much the same as the previous Axe Woves, but this time with an interchangeable head and helmet. If you remember, the previous release had that awful oversized bucket, which kind of ruined the figure basically, especially when his 2 female buddies both had that feature. He will be packaged on a new card back. The image, like all 4 of these, is from the 3rd season of The Mandalorian. What I would say is they haven't really changed the deco of the figure up at all, and therefore doesn't really match his new armour from Season 3. Moving on to VC 314, the Mandalorian Fleet Commander. A very nice, easy repaint for them to do, and a character that has already been released in the Black series. If any of you out there are feeling a little bit Mandoed out, then I can completely understand at this point. Not really a must-have release for me, but as I said, a nice, easy one for them to do. I guess they are saving all of the newness for a later live stream, or maybe all of the newness is locked into new media figures that have potentially been delayed by Disney Lucasfilm. Card back for this one is okay, nothing special really. Next up, we have VC 312, the Mandalorian himself. That's right, another one, but at least this enables collectors to get the best version of Din Djarin with the soft goods cape as a single release, rather than having to buy an expensive HasLab or the M1 Starfighter. Not much else to say about this other than it will be on a new card back, once again with the Season 3 image. He is also packed in with the Darksaber and a little knife as an accessory. Moving on to the final figure from Mando Season 3, and it's another Grogu. VC 313, this time with his Season 3 pram. Now, the designers did mention that there are 3 ways to display the pram: fully opened, half opened, or completely closed, but to me this lacks any real value. At this point I really have no need for any more Grogus, to be honest. I guess the only saving grace is that this particular pram from Season 3 will go well with the Mando that's coming out and the R5D4. They do share a few scenes together basically, but at the end of the day it's just another Grogu. It's on a new card back, of course. Not a bad image, to be fair, on this one. But as I said, this one's a little bit lackluster for me. Okay, so as I mentioned, all of these 6 figures will be available for pre-order on Wednesday, the 24th of January at 1 PM EST or 6 PM UK time from Entertainment Earth in the US or Star Action Figures in the UK. Links will be in the description below. If you order through Entertainment Earth, that helps support the channel, so I really do appreciate it. Now on to the Pulse exclusive. It's the 2 Rebels mural card backs that we were promised that complete that mural. And to be fair, I have to say I was surprised at the amount of accessories packed into both bubbles. As predicted, the set will be a 2-pack and everyone can pre-order it regardless of whether they back the Ghost or not. First up, let's talk about Sabine, because I've got to say I think she looks incredible. Her Season 3 deco, the head sculpt and the hair, everything looked great for me. For a 3.75 inch figure, I think they've done a fantastic job with this one. She also has an interchangeable helmet, which is a huge improvement on the Ahsoka version. She has a jetpack, energy shield and blasters, and a single fire effect for her jetpack as well. And the card art, of course, is the mural and looks fantastic. Chopper isn't too different to his mainline release. He has the animated deco, which I'm sure is screen accurate, but without looking at them side by side, I probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference, if I'm brutally honest. Still looks good and is packed in with 2 Lothcats, 2 different brown versions. So again, the bubble is packed full of accessories. I don't want to moan, but they do look a bit overpacked, if you get what I'm saying. But of course, we're never going to moan really about extra accessories. The card art completes the mural, of course, and the outer box for the 2-pack is very nicely designed with the Ghost in the background on that image there. Moving on to the pipelines, and we've got some pretty interesting things to look at in these, and the first one being a 4-pack, an Amazon exclusive 4-pack that will be coming out in the future, which contains Ahsoka herself, R7A7, CH33P or Cheap, and RGG1 or GG, all from the Clone Wars. Interesting, this one for me, because this is me thinking that maybe, just maybe, that R2-D2 that they pipelined a while ago, maybe that's going to be a new sculpt, and this is going to be the start of them getting out loads of new astromech droids with the new sculpt. I'm hoping that's the case and that it's not just going to be the build droid mold. Amazon exclusive would suggest that these are repaints, but maybe that new R2-D2 is going to be a new R2-D2, and you know, the body that they use going forward for all astromechs. Hopefully that is the case. Next up we have HK87, which is a repaint of the version that we've already got from the Ahsoka show. This is going to be the tan and red version. I do believe they've already got this one in the black series. I think this was a pretty predictable one in my opinion. And then we have the Dark Trooper, which I guess is great news, maybe not for the people that bought loads and loads of the deluxe version. This one, of course, won't come with his little station that he plugs into. This will be purely the figure on a card back. Be interesting to see what the card back looks like. This might actually be a pretty nice release on that single card back. Perhaps that's how he should have been released in the first place. They'll certainly be getting their money's worth with this one anyway. And then we have Ahsoka the White from the end of the Ahsoka series. Again, I'm guessing this will be either a partial tool or a full-on repaint of the Ahsoka that we already have. Pretty sure she'll come with soft goods as well. And then this one is really unnecessary for me. This is the Mandalorian, but with the white jetpack that he removes from that sort of Mandalorian Imperial Trooper at the end of the Season 3 of the Mandalorian. I guess the only saving grace from this one is that does show that maybe that figure of the Imperial Mandalorian is on their minds if they're going to be doing the jetpack for it. But really, we want that figure, don't we? We don't want another Mandalorian with that jetpack. That's a pretty poor release in my opinion. Then we have a retooled Bo-Katan. So this will be pretty much the same Bo-Katan that we've had before, but with an updated pauldron with her signet on it. Again, nothing much really to get excited about on that one. However, the next one, Cobb Vanth, probably the best of the pipelines in his Boba Fett armor. And I'm pretty sure I heard them say that this would be a deluxe release as well, which again is pretty obvious with how things have gone. But you know, Cobb Vanth is one that everybody's wanted, and I'm sure if you're filling out your March Madness top 25s, anyone that's got him in that list is now busily removing him because there's no need. He's pipelined and he's going to be here in the future. Alright then guys, so that's it for this video and me going through all of today's reveals from the first fan stream of the year. Some interesting reveals, not much newness there, and you know, even the pipelines, there's not a great deal of newness in there either. Have to wait to see what those astromechs are all about. Of course, Cobb Vanth, a lot of that will be new, but apart from that, there's a lot of repaints, a lot of reissues. Hopefully, as I said, all of the newness is still to come. I've got a feeling it'll be locked away in new media releases, which will probably be at the back end of the year, won't they? When, I don't know, either Skeleton Crew or Acolyte come out. We'll have to see if anything comes from those. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I want to thank you all for watching, and thank you to my Patreon supporters and channel members as always. Thanks for the extra support. Thanks for watching, everybody, and we shall see you on the next one.